Imagine waking up, looking out your window, and seeing that the big blue lake isn't blue anymore. It's bright pink. And the green grass? It's completely purple. Let's find out how Sir Lucas and Princess Elsa went on a brave quest to fix the most colorful mystery ever. Once upon a time, in a grand castle nestled beside a big lake called the Big Blue, lived a loving royal family. The family was led by a wise queen, a beautiful and gentle-hearted ruler, and her husband, a strong king, known for his courage and storytelling. Their two children were 5-year-old Princess Elsa, with her bouncy pigtails and a heart full of kindness, and her older 7-year-old brother, Sir Lucas, a brave young knight. They were a very happy family, and their castle life was full of joy and adventure. One magnificent morning, the sun peeked over the tall mountains, ready to wake the kingdom. Sir Lucas and Princess Elsa stretched their arms, rubbed their sleepy eyes, and hopped out of their cozy beds. They looked completely normal in their usual comfortable clothes. But when they ran to their large bedroom window and threw open the heavy curtains, they both gasped in absolute surprise. The world outside had gone completely topsy-turvy. The usually clear blue sky was a bright, lemony yellow. The soft, green grass in the castle gardens had turned a deep, vibrant purple. The castle courtyard, which was always paved with smooth gray stones, was now glowing a bright neon orange. But the biggest and funniest surprise of all was the water. The magnificent lake outside their home was no longer the Big Blue. It was a giant, shimmering puddle of bubblegum pink. Lucas and Elsa quickly ran down the winding stone stairs to the great hall. They found the queen and the king sitting at the grand wooden breakfast table, looking very confused. The king was staring at his morning tea, which was glowing bright neon green, while the queen was examining a plate of pancakes that had turned sky blue. "Mom, Dad, the whole kingdom is mixed up," Lucas announced, his brave knightly spirit ready for action. "We need to go on a quest to find out what happened to all the colors," Elsa added, her eyes wide with wonder. The king and queen, trusting their brave and kind children, gave them their royal blessing. Armed with a small woven basket filled with sweet honey cakes and fresh, juicy berries, just the two of them ventured out of the castle gates and into the vividly mixed-up forest. The visual contrast was amazing to see. Normal-looking Lucas and Elsa were hiking through a wild, silly world. They walked past tall tree trunks that were bright blue, and their boots crunched over rocks that were covered in bright red polka dots. The birds flying above sang their usual cheerful songs, but their feathers were painted in dazzling shades of silver and lime green. As they marched deeper into the colorful woods, Elsa's sharp eyes caught a glimpse of something sparkling on the ground. It was a trail of scattered, glowing, magical dust. It shimmered with every color of the rainbow. "Look, Lucas!" Elsa pointed. "Let's follow the sparkles!" They followed the glowing trail up a small hill, winding through the blue trunk trees, until it led them straight to the entrance of a hidden, rocky cave. Sir Lucas stepped in front of his sister, ready to protect her from whatever scary monster might have caused this colorful chaos. But as they peeked inside the dim cave, they didn't find a monster at all. Instead, they heard a soft, sad, sniffling sound. There, sitting on the dusty floor, was Barnaby. Barnaby was a pudgy, clumsy little bear cub with big, floppy ears. He was hiding his face behind his giant, furry paws. Right next to him, lying sideways on the ground, was the ancient color crystal, a beautiful, humming gem that controlled all the colors of the world. Barnaby had wandered into the cave looking for a cozy place to rest. When he found the glowing crystal, his back had felt very itchy. He had only meant to use the stone pedestal to scratch his back, but because he didn't quite know how big his paws were yet, he had accidentally knocked the heavy crystal right onto the floor. Now, the little bear cub was terrified of the humming magic and the massive, colorful mess he had accidentally made. Princess Elsa looked at the frightened cub and immediately remembered her mother's wise words. Kindness is the most powerful magic. She lowered her hands and gently approached the sniffling bear. "It's okay, little one. Elsa whispered in her softest, sweetest voice. "We know it was just an accident." She reached into her small woven basket and pulled out a sweet, golden honey cake. The delicious smell tickled Barnaby's nose. He slowly lowered his big paws, his dark eyes looking up with hope. He took the honey cake, took a big bite, and instantly felt safe and happy. While the happy bear cub sat down to munch on his yummy treat, Sir Lucas stepped forward. He took a deep breath, bent his knees, and used all of his brave, knightly strength. With a mighty heave, Lucas carefully lifted the heavy, humming color crystal off the dusty floor and placed it right back onto its carved stone pedestal. Whoosh! In a spectacular, sweeping wave of sparkling magic, a gentle breeze blew out of the cave. The proper colors rushed back across the kingdom like a flowing, invisible river. The bright blue tree trunks faded back to a warm, earthy brown. The purple grass rippled and turned back into a lush, vibrant green. And far in the distance, the bubblegum pink water cleared, becoming the beautiful, sparkling big blue lake once again. The mixed-up mystery was solved. Lucas and Elsa cheered, and even Barnaby the bear clapped his sticky, honey-covered paws. Together, the royal siblings walked the little bear cub gently through the familiar green forest until they found his mother, who gave them a happy, rumbling purr of thanks. As the sun began to lower in the sky, painting the clouds in normal, beautiful shades of orange and gold, Sir Lucas and Princess Elsa finally returned to their castle. They were greeted by the proud king and queen, and the family sat down together for a warm, delicious dinner where the tea was no longer neon green and the pancakes were exactly the right color. After their grand adventure, the children's eyes began to feel very, very heavy. The castle grew quiet. Wrapped in the comforting silence of the evening, they climbed into their soft, warm beds, pulling their thick blankets all the way up to their chins. Feeling incredibly safe, and with their hearts full of kindness, the brave young knight and the sweet princess slowly closed their eyes. Their breathing grew slow and steady as they drifted off into a deep, peaceful sleep. They dreamt of wonderful, gentle adventures, surrounded by all the beautiful, perfect colors of their perfectly happy kingdom. The end.